there are serious accusations, and it must be taken seriously, and I've told him he's got to
All
address
you
that
need to
with
do
his
is capture the
constituents.
mission area. Got it?
Ethics Committee has launched its own investigation.
There's got to be more. It's got to be criminal investigation with the FBI. Like this is the kind of stuff. Like this is basically an Epstein. It is. Like this is a man of a high privilege and high position of power that's exercising it over a woman, and he's using his position of power to maintain basically freedom. Like you have to. What's the problem? Whenever you stream and you abuse somebody to the point that they kill themselves, sometimes you can be held liable.
At this point, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt Tony Gonzalez is guilty of an extramarital affair and lying to his family, the press, and the people. Of abusing a position as a member of Congress for sexual misconduct and wrecking a home to the degree that a young woman is now dead. Up to this point, my campaign against Tony has been relying solely upon the issue.
Whatever they can do.
I have let this go too long. It is now irrefutable that Tony Gonzalez is guilty and must be. Now next week,
here's the question, right? What do you think the probability is that this affair led to her killing herself? I mean, like, I would assume that it's like if I had to bet on it, I'd bet that's the case.
They need to have the opportunity to have their voices heard. But as we've seen, this while Tony rightfully lose his job, husband and son destroyed his wife. So right now, while I have your attention, I'd like to ask you to help me.
And also, like, keep in mind too, like, people don't really think about this, but also it's his wife, Tony's wife, his kids. Like, I mean, they had nothing to do with this. It's awful that like this is happening. It is, and like he's fucking up his own family too. They're all victims.
Help the family that Regina left behind. In the past few days, I've had the privilege of speaking with Regina's husband, and with his permission, we've set up a GoFundMe to help with the family and specifically to set something aside for the son. He seems like a great kid with a promising future. Like to help and Tony's been he's not really but instead he's going to
I will not be blackmailed.
Awesome. Anything I'm sure. So there's no sponsoring for the there's no ask. Please help us to help a young boy face a future without his mother.
That's
and
sick.
lastly, to Ernest Anthony Tony Gonzalez. Hasn't this gone far enough for you? When this all started, my only flaw was 2 years ago, when I lost that election, we sat down like men, you shook my hand, you looked me in the eyes, and you promised me things would be different. I was genuinely horrified to find out what kind of man I shook hands with that day. And unlike the smears you've done on me, you'll find that nothing I've said in this video was taken out of context. These are simply your words and your actions. This is your last chance to be a man. Take some accountability. Step down. For the sake of the country, for the sake of Texas, for the sake of common decency.
That's gross. If that's true, bro, like, yeah. It's so gross. No, he's totally right about this. He's completely fucking right.
You'll need a
I mean, like,
top-notch team to win this
the kind of shit that's like, I mean, bro, especially like this, dude, listen to this again.
Their campaign last cycle personally
Here, I'll link
smeared
it.
me.
Link the video.
Bob Good,
You don't have to be a witch to find the magic.
These
in this
people
world.
used to walk around
But it
with
does
white
help.
hoods at night. Now they're walking around with white hoods in the daytime.
But what I find most interesting is that now
This is the new Epstein update with Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton put out a statement about Jeffrey Epstein and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh boy. President Clinton's opening statement to House Oversight Commitment. I'm here for 2 reasons. First reason is I love my country. Right, that's why they had to make you come here. And America's built on an idea no person is above the law, even presidents, especially presidents. Democracy requires every person to play their part. I hope that being here today, we can make ourselves a little further away from the brink of being a country we can disagree with uncivilly. Right, second reason I'm here is the girls and women whose lives Jeffrey Epstein has destroyed. They've been waiting too long for both. Through my brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before his crimes came to light.
Three,
I don't know about that.
one.
Though I never witnessed
stop them
during
from
our
securing the
limited
mission area.
interactions of any interaction of what was truly going on. I am here to offer what little I know. Like 3 minimizing like fucking qualifications. Oh yeah, you're doing your absolute best to hide this. I get it, and I'm here to offer what little I know, so I might be able to prevent something like this from happening ever again. Before we start, I have to get personal. You made Hillary come in. She had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, then why was Jeffrey Epstein's main accomplice at her daughter's wedding? I think that's kind of substantial, especially whenever you've been married to her for 30 and 40 years and you both do politics together. Is any reasonable, rational person ever going to say, oh, wait a second, maybe they don't have anything to do with each other? Oh, they never, you really think they never talked about Jeffrey Epstein? What the fuck are we doing here? This is the most delusional playing people for retards thing that I've ever even seen. How do you even think this? Anyway, she has no memory of even meeting him. Really? Oh, wow. She neither traveled with him nor with any of his properties. I do think that to an extent, this is probably true to an extent. Because I bet Bill Clinton was cheating on Hillary Clinton. And he didn't want Jeffrey Epstein to meet Hillary. Because if he met Hillary, then obviously, you know, he might say something or she might get an idea that he was cheating. So I think that's probably what happened. But over the 20 years, it probably happened. She said, oh, you're hanging out with Jeffrey. Like, you really think she didn't know who this guy was? Are you fucking kidding me? And she neither traveled with him nor visited any of his properties. Whether you subpoenaed 10 people or 10,000, including her, simply was not right. Sure, you're going to have to defend your wife, definitely. And let's just begin the hearing with me raising my hand, taking the oath to tell my truth. Okay, tell the truth, I mean. Let's see what the rest of it says. I know what I saw and what I didn't see. Let me see. Say what First, I have no idea the crimes Epstein was committing. No matter how many photos you show of me, I have 2 things that, at the end of the day, matter more than your interpretation of those 20-year-old photos. Okay, what do you have? I know what I saw, more importantly what I didn't see. I know what I did, more importantly what I didn't do. I saw nothing and I did nothing.
By the eye of Agamotto!
If I was Bill Clinton, I would say that too. I'd say I didn't do anything wrong. Everybody is lying about me, and I'm the victim here, and it's just legal fucking, it's a legal circus to make me look bad. Absolutely, that's what I would say, because some retards will buy it. And again, he gains nothing from admitting that he knew anything about this, right? He would never say that. As someone who grew up in a home of domestic abuse, not only the phone was playing with any inkling of what was going on, I would turn myself down for a call for justice of crimes, not sweetheart deals. Even with 2020 hindsight, nothing I ever saw gave me pause. We were only here because he hid it from everyone so well for so long, and by the time it came to light that he was made guilty plea, I have long stopped associating with him. You hear me say often that I don't recall, that might be unsatisfying, that I'm not going to say something I'm not sure of, or something that could incriminate you, obviously. And so, yeah, since I'm under oath, I'm not falsely stating that I'm looking forward to your questions, but I'm ready to answer them to my best of my abilities. Okay, well, there we go. So that's what Bill Clinton said whenever they brought him in. And so let's take a look at everything else. We saw this one before, and this is also another thing, is like Bill Clinton literally, like, he fucked one of his aides in the White House, right? He had this girl suck his dick in the White House while he was smoking a cigar, which, I mean, like, I gotta admit, I mean, that is horrible. It's definitely a horror. I mean,
By the eye of Agamotto!
I think if anything, a lot of people would like him more. So I get it, right? But at the same time, you can't be doing that. And also, you're lying. You lied. You made it up. You said one thing was going to happen, and it was something else. You made it up. Bring it on. Oral? Yeah, oral. What's the word after oral? Oral sex. I did not expect. Yeah, you're a liar. You're making shit up.
A new precedent has been set in America today. Before this, we had the Trump defied, as all of you know, the congressional subpoena with the January 6th committee. We said presidents don't have to testify. Now we have the Clinton rule, which is the presidents and their families have to testify when.
I think they should have to testify. I think they should, because again, he's actually not guilty, that's fine, right? I mean, then we'll figure it out. This is such a huge problem that, I mean, if they're going to drag Bill Clinton through this, they need to be having Trump do it too. I mean, I don't know whether Trump is innocent or not. I have no idea. I hope he was. I hope everybody was, but who knows? But the real thing is that you have to get to the bottom of this, and you have to solve this problem. This is a huge existential problem. It's a massive crisis. The reason why it's such a huge crisis is actually very simple. It's because if you don't have people that are being held accountable for this behavior, they can be held, for blackmail, and you don't know what they're going to do. This is massive. It's a sitting president versus former president. I understand that, but I think this is a very important issue, and I think that Trump should testify on it if Congress and the Senate think that that's appropriate. I absolutely think so. Like, it's the same thing with Bill Clinton. Like, why would I think that?
By the eye of Agamotto!
It's undeniable that he had a very close relationship with him at a certain point in time. Not maybe the entire time, but if you're writing birthday cards to people you're talking to regularly, he says he's your best friend. I mean, there's probably something going on there.
Congress issues a subpoena, and that means that Donald Trump needs to come before our committee and explain what he knew about Epstein and explain why we have not about it. We also need other people, part of the Epstein class, to come before this committee. President Clinton can answer questions, many others need to as well.
He's completely right about this. Yeah, if he's doing it, other people should do it too. Don't forget one thing. I agree. I mean, I think everybody agrees with that. I mean, sure. This is the problem that a lot of people don't understand, is that there are some people that have this idea. Boxes of pizza are now being delivered inside where Bill Clinton is testifying about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Reborn from the chaos. Be right back.
Dude, I don't know what this is insane. Pizzagate? Oh my fucking god. I mean, they have to be doing this to make him look like a retard, right? What is this, Nomad? Are you trying to show me something? What is this? Who's mad now? Oh, this is about me.
I won't make the same
No,
mistakes
Casey Tron is upset about this. I'll look at that in a minute. Let me focus on this first. Just now, Representative James Comer confirms Jeffrey Epstein visited the White House 17 times. Holy shit.
Mr. Chairman, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Explain to us specifically what you need to hear from President Clinton today. What you need.
Well, I think there are a lot of photos that have been released from the Department of Justice as well as that included President Clinton. We know President Clinton had, and Secretary Clinton confirmed this yesterday. Jeffrey Epstein is in the White House. 17 while Bill Clinton was president. We know that Bill Clinton flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane at least 27 times. So those are questions that we're going to ask. Everything that most media outlets correspondence between Epstein, Maxwell, and Bill Clinton. These are all questions that we're going to ask.
They have been seen planning on asking about an email.
They gotta bring Howard Lutnick in there to figure out what the fuck he knows too. They do. Like, I think that they're mismanaging this, if you want me to be honest. I think they are because they're not approaching this from the perspective of any of the people that are involved having bad behavior. They're assuming that everybody involved is actually going to act in good faith. And that's
By the eye of Agamotto!
What they should have done, this is what I would have done, is I would have had all these people do it on the same day and just do separate depositions with different people and tier it out all on the same day. Because the moment that you have any overlap with multiple days, now you're going to give people the opportunity to, corroborate stories, to, basically communicate with each other and say, this is what I said, this is the thing that we should focus on, etc. Separate is stupid. Well, no, it's not. Because let's say you ask somebody, did you ever get on the plane? Did you see Bill Clinton get on the plane? One person says yes, the other person says no. Well, then one person's lying and the other person isn't. So whenever you have everybody in the same room, by body language, you say create certain consensus. And it's just common sense, especially if you have people answering it one at a time. Because, let's say one person says something, then the next person
By the eye of
They'll say the same thing. How do people not know this?
When we hopefully get that video out later today or tomorrow, as quick as we can get it out, I think it'll be interesting what really concentrate about power buttons. And
Oh, wow.
With the line of questioning, there was a pretty thorough line of questioning yesterday between Ms. May and Ms. Clinton with respect to Lutnick. Now, I think you all find it very interesting what she had to say, but we're going to continue.
Yeah, that's what oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm ready to hear that. Didn't this all start in 2006? Why did this take 20 years? Because the real reason why, I think, is because all the people in power then were at a closer pinnacle of their power. So they were able to shut down conversations about this. And I actually think that theoretically, like if we didn't have the internet, you probably wouldn't have the Epstein files. Actually, that's not true. You wouldn't
need
have
a
the Epstein
top-notch
files.
team
It
to
wouldn't
win
happen.
this one.
Like the only reason why we're able to talk about this stuff is because of the internet and because of basically, Twitter, right? Like even if Elon didn't own Twitter and change, I think, the internet free speech, I think that we still might not even have them.
in this world. But it does help.
Ask questions of everyone that shows up in photos on the island and things like that. Yes, yes.
I will be asking for him, yes.
You will.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Obviously, we heard from Secretary Clinton after.
And you got to keep in mind that, like, this is one of the big issues that Trump has, is that having people that were closely associated with Jeffrey Epstein on your cabinet, like Howard Lutnick, this is just a massive thorn in your side.
30 seconds before you
It is.
attack.
It's a huge
Get ready.
weakness, and it's one of the positions where you can be attacked from this position, and it's really kind of understandable. It's a bad idea. Yeah, it looks bad, and on top of looking bad, it is bad. It's bad. Like it's besides like, oh well, this is what people think. Who cares what people think? Is it good or bad to have somebody that was that connected to Jeffrey Epstein that's on your cabinet? No, it's bad.
4,
Deposition. She
2,
described
1.
the session as repetitive.
All you need
She
to do
veered
is
off
capture the
topic. She
mission
was
area.
discussing
Got it?
UFOs, Pizzagate. Can you explain why those topics were brought up, and also in light of the release of that photo?
And she also said there were substantive questions yesterday too. But one reason there were repetitive questions about Epstein is
Probably because she was being evasive. Let me guess.
because we went through every email and every correspondence that implied Hillary Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein communicated often. You all have seen the email where he said that she looks better in person and all that. Those
I
were
saw that.
questions we asked. So every item of evidence that would suggest Hillary Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein had a close relationship, we went and asked about that. So it may have seemed that there was a lot of documentation that would suggest that she had a relationship with Epstein. So,
To be clear, Secretary Clinton actually asked us about what happened with the disclosure language in the NDAA. So, I know she was trying to pivot from the fact that she appeared to have a very close relationship regarding the Clinton Foundation and Epstein and Maxwell. But the point is that hit on this with probably Ms. Mace here. But I think we have a very important interest and curiosity about what specifically the co-conspirators had a role in all this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows Jeffrey Epstein's bad, but like who else was involved and knew about it? That's the
I think
question.
that today, at least with my line of questioning, I'm curious about that. Why is it that people are giving plea deals as adults for trafficking minors? Of fact that they witnessed, etc. And so,
The moon
haunts you. Was all that honest about the context of this investigation. We asked exclusively about the intelligence side, whether or not she felt that she was targeted as a result of possibly an intelligence gathering operation, and she was very seriously interested in that. And then also, you'll hear it in the response, but had told us to follow up with a few countries, one of which is our ally. So that's interesting.
I wonder which one. Wow. Which one would it be?
I think Ms. Luna brought up a good
Chief
Foundation. There's so many examples in the evidence of correspondence that Epstein bragged about how involved he was initially in setting up the Clinton Global Initiative and the Clinton Foundation. We asked Secretary Clinton yesterday, and she kept saying when she was in the Senate at the time, she wasn't focused on it. You'll have to ask my husband. So a lot of the Clinton Global Initiative questions yesterday went unanswered because Ms. Clinton deferred to her husband. So we'll do one more question. Annie, go ahead.
There's a lot. I feel like he's pretty much the main guy. I feel like there's more photos with him and Bill Clinton than like anybody.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Okay, I guess I'm not going to say anything. No, any questions about any of that. And
I bet she did.
Most of those, if not all of those questions to her husband, and he will be thoroughly asked about that today. You know, what did he know? What did he know? What did he see? Because there are other people who've come forward publicly, like Kevin Spacey, who thought all of this was very strange and actually very high risk for a president of the United States or former president. It's all very bizarre, but I asked a very pointed question. You don't see that in the transcript in the video that comes out, and you'll see how she responded as well. Crazy.
If you get to watch her crashing out in the deposition and they release that in full, oh my God.
By the shades of the seraphim,
I don't even know if I believe that. I want to see it.
Get the video out.
I can't wait.
We can get it uploaded.
Yeah, let's see this. I'm ready.
This is, for all practical purposes, a public deposition. The American people are going to see it. I've heard two that'll answer a lot of questions, especially with Gluttony and other things like that. Throughout the day, we'll try to send different members out.
Like if Howard Lutnick had any sort of self-respect, he'd probably just step down. Like especially if this deposition makes him look bad. Like if he really wants to be a G, he would step down. Because like if you like having you be involved in something like that, it just makes everybody else look bad. It's like a massive liability to have a person that is inside of a case like that on the policy commission and like on the policy team.
Give brief updates. We don't want to.
How would you not believe that? Well, I don't know. I mean, I could see why they would not do it because if him stepping down would imply that he was guilty, and then that would bring in it would question Trump's judgment and putting him in that position in the first place. Like, I know the reasoning for why they wouldn't do it, but at the same time, I feel like he probably should do it, depending on what gets released about him.
Disclose what's going on in the deposition specifically until after at the conclusion, but we'll keep you updated, and we appreciate everyone being here and look forward to updating you throughout the day.
What do you mean that Hillary Clinton is screaming?
Behold the God of Thunder!
You can see this girl's agreeing with her. What? Listen. Watch her nod her head.
I hope that President Clinton left on him today and his wife did yesterday. You'll see it.
Man.
I spotted a sniper. Say again? Well, he was basically instrumental for his work, and I think what you'll find out probably today is sitting up the
The biggest thing is we need transparency, accountability, and we need.
You gotta get that video out, bro. I'm ready to watch that video. I'm ready to see it. Yep. Will you watch it? Yeah. This is real firepower.
Judge, jury, executioner.
Go back and see if I can pull up any more of these. If there's anything else. Oh, there's one more.
That Jeffrey Epstein was a intelligence operation. In my professional opinion, I do believe it was a honeypot operation.
So whoa.
Running a intelligence gathering operation in my professional.
For who is he running it for?
Now you do the same for me, Wee.
I'm just curious.
Opinion honeypot operation, and I do believe that there were individuals who did engage in trafficking with gift deals, and I'm going to name those individuals right now. The first one would be
Oh, shit. All right.
The The second one, Kara Kellen. The third one, Nadia Markova.
By the
And
eye of Agamotto!
all of these women engaged in the trafficking of minors as adults. They were working and complicit with Jeffrey Epstein's operation. And in my opinion, they are not to be given victim status because they did partake in harming young girls. I remember seeing in some of the files that some of these girls were, as young as 10, 11 years old. So obviously we have a lot of work to do, but I think it's a good update. And like others in lines of questioning, Jeffrey Epstein.
Holy shit.
This is real fire!
There were other things that dude, how is this shit so common? If you work in any sort of a like a company, I bet you probably, how many of you guys have had at least knowledge of something like this happening in a space that you are familiar with? Whether it's like inside of a school, inside of a another organization, inside of a work or something like that. Yes? Yeah, it's quite common. Just last week, dude, exactly. Like, and you see a lot of people.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I need healing. Born again!
Come back, guys. Map change. Go to point.
Born again!
It's fine.
I'm so done, man. Whatever.
Make way for the King of Tees. This time I need healing. Time to see if your boy Gambit can steal us a win.
Welcome back to a series so mad.
Make way for the
Even
King of
Diddy Piker subscribed in today's video. Hassan is absolutely crashing out after his favorite dictator has been neutralized. The supreme leader of Iran and dictator has finally been dealt with by America, and his reign of terror has come to an end. Asmongold is calling out the woke virtue signalers who were silent about the oppression in Iran. Hassan has responded acting like this is a tragedy and the US should have let Iran develop nuclear bombs. Bro has lost it. He's back blazing North Korea again. You cannot make this shit up. Psycho freaks on Twitter have lost it and are advocating murder now. The debunker XQC has responded absolutely fucking Hassan. The most pathetic Hassan orbiter, Caseytron, has responded to Asmongold after he revealed he blacklisted her from the Austin streamers. Predictably, she blames it on misogyny and claims that he's simply too afraid to debate Hassan. Oh, brother! Rank number 2 Pucklord, Sneeko is back, and he's accusing Hassan of copying his flow and stealing his soundboard, particularly the fa sound effect. Battle of the Regods rematch. Subscribe or you get airstrike. It appears you would be cooked.
That's better.
Now let's begin. Right, welcome back to another day of Hassan Traction. Absolutely. Make sure to sip your tea or coffee while watching. Right, so quick context. Apparently America cooked Iran. They killed the supreme leader, and he was like this dictator guy. Not the nicest dude, I'd say. Pretty evil, most people would agree. Except Hassan, of course, who is absolutely mortified that one of his favorite dictators is now dead. Now, of course, the Iranian government was funding his 3 favorite terrorist organizations, Hamas, the Houthis, and Hezbollah, and Hassan is obviously a big fan, right? Mr. 10 toes down there. And now, obviously, they're not going to be able to continue doing that, so Hassan is throwing a non-stop crybaby. This wouldn't have happened if you
This is real firepower!
to America. Let them get nukes, guys. That would have totally ended well. So anyways, let's go over the updates one by one and then look at Hassan's reaction.
Really? Khamenei is just confirmed dead. Wait a minute. Let's hear this.
A short time ago, the United States
Always glad to
military
help.
began major
Eyes over
combat
here, Secret
operations in Iran. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protest.
This is one of the things. It's actually shocking. Almost.
Well, that's pretty obvious. It's because you don't get social media likes for that one, right? It's not about the actual lives lost or the actual oppression that is happening around the world. It's about which content gives me the most virtue signal points on social media, right? Where all my friends in this echo chamber will think that I'm the most virtuous and good person in the world, right? While people like Hassan obviously sit in America like a privileged loser, shielded from the actual consequences of, being in these oppressive regimes, and will just blatantly say
What are you talking about?
5, 6 girls dancing. They not only they become arrested.
Keep in mind, this is the same guy who was arguing that Iran is weirdly pro-trans because they forced gay people to transition. This is the pro-LGBT guy, by the way.
There are plenty of gay and trans people. By the way, Iran is actually weirdly very pro-trans.
Now, avid viewers of the legendary series would also remember when Hassan attempted to justify the D2 America It's just like it's a figure of speech, obviously. Yeah, so basically Hassan was advocating for the death of his own country, which is, I don't know, debatable, because I don't think he considers himself American at this point.
Why is it so hard to comprehend for people? Like, literally, in their eyes, there is no shield. A lot of people these are fucking bad guys. Of course they're gonna
I am ready to put on a show!
It's not looking very good.
To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour again is at hand. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours today. This will be probably your only chance in generations.
Khamenei's house satellite photos? Oh my god! What house? That looks permanent? Yeah, I think he's dead, guys. Khamenei's body has been found, and he is confirmed.